Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show, Serving Nerve, where we talk about whatever we want. And today we're going to be going through more fat acceptance. Pardon the massive pile of garbage in the background, the massive pile of reorganization that I have yet to organize, but alas. Anyways, instead we're just going to be making videos in our bedroom. So let's get into it, and yeah.
I know people gotta be upset. You spend your whole life trying not to be a fat bitch because you think it's like the worst thing in the world. And then you see a broad like me. Just a big fucking behemoth. Living my best life. That shit's gotta hurt.
I have to ask this because it comes up in conversation a lot. Why do people post these videos? Like, I can't take anything from it other than somebody who I would imagine is maybe just not confident enough to live their life and instead has to post a TikTok about it. I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
I've been feeling like a chubby bunny. I will do anything to lose weight.
Why don't you eat less sugar?
Yeah, no, I don't really want to do that.
You can try.
Oh, I love sugar. I have to interrupt. I'm so sorry. I love sugar. I'm a little junkie for delicious sugars. You know, I usually try to be healthy and be like, well, I should eat some fruit if I want something sweet, but I'm also really into baking, so I'm always like, just make myself a little tart, little fruit tart, you know, a little bit of cake, a little bit of, you know, I'm lacking a little bit of cake in the back, so I may as well have some, you know, in my mouth, which could be insinuated as a different kind of cake, but you know what I mean. I love sugar.
Try working out.
I'm not gonna do that, no.
Eat less pasta or pizza.
There's no way, no.
You can drink more water.
Next.
Honestly, dude, the only thing there that I don't get is the not drinking water. You know, you can actually have some pretty healthy, sugary desserts, you know, things that you can make, more healthy. You can also have pizza and pasta that's healthier. I don't know. The only thing you should definitely do is drink more water. That's in general good for you. I'm pretty bad about that. You know, I'm on a coffee binge on the constant, if you get what I'm saying. I used to drink 2 full pots of coffee a day, and big pots, and now I drink 1 pot, and it's a little pot. It's equivalent to probably 2 cups of coffee. But you know what? I love coffee. Coffee cake is great too. I can't help myself. I'm sorry. Okay, I know it's a fat compilation. We're supposed to be going be healthy and all that shit, but it's hard. But it's hard sometimes when all of these people are talking about delicious food, and I'm just sitting here going I also would like some delicious food. Thank you very much. But yeah, drink more water. That's good for you. And also, you can make healthy versions of all this stuff, so I don't know.
No, it's not that I have to be fat or pretty. I'm both, bitch. I'm a big, beautiful babe.
I don't want to get copy struck. So I'm just gonna leave it there. But I have to ask this. 2 things. There's a lot of purple in here, by the way. There's a lot of purple all over the place. Anybody for Five Nights at Freddy's, they would immediately see William Afton. And that's all I can say about that. Outside of that, do you think that short hair or long hair looks better on somebody who's bigger? I'm just questioning that, on an aesthetic basis. I don't really care. But I've had a lot of people say, my hair looks really good this way, but I don't like how it is here because it makes me look fatter, or, because this haircut makes me look, fatter, or makes me look uglier, it doesn't hug my face right. So what do you guys think about that? Do you find the same? Because I personally find that I don't really care because I always wear my hair the same way.
Yes, she's plus size. Yes, she has stretch marks. Yes, she has thighs that touch. And yes, her tummy jiggles. And yes, she's beautiful.
Okay. I mean, I'm just sitting here going, again, I don't know why people just record themselves and, just show off their bodies. I don't know, man. But you know what? Beauty's subjective, so do your thing. I just don't understand why we're always recording our bodies and stuff like that and not, actually adding our own input. I don't know. I know it's TikTok, though, so it's you know what I mean.
Can any gorgeous full-figure woman show me what a 200 to 450 natural plus-size body look like? We trying to see natural beauty here.
He's definitely jerking off to whoever posts these videos. Honestly, my people, anybody who's asking that for the natural beauty is just looking at something to, you know, beat the meat with, if you get what I'm saying. It's just like a prompt to basically get somebody to, you know, I'm pretty sure it's just masturbation material. I don't recommend people, I don't know, respond by putting their bodies on these clips. It's just asking for trouble, and somebody's probably going to be whacking it to you.
Hey everyone, and welcome to my What I Eat in a Day. For my breakfast, I had some sausage patties, some waffle hash browns, and some toast. Then I made a fruit shake. It was kind of a fail, but you know what, it was still nice. Then for tea, I made chili cheese nacho flatbread. And honestly, this was one of my favourite teas I've made. Had a little salad with it. It was super nice. And then after this, I had some melted Milky Way spread with some banana and pancake.
You know, I'm not trying to be a jerk and just be like judging the food and all that. Like, if you eat like this one day, it's not gonna matter. But I was talking to my friend the other day, and I was going like, you know, it takes so much to be morbidly obese, because like, I eat a ton of food, and I drink a lot of alcohol right now, which is not good. I'm not trying to promote that, okay? But my caloric intake is pretty high. In a general sense, it's hard to get it low, and that's why I'm holding on to an extra little something. But like, you know, like, no matter how much I eat, I've never been able to get to like anything beyond 170 pounds. And that's big, but that's with like weight training, insane overconsumption, like 5,000 calories a day, and you know, like a ton of food and eating and stuff. And I'm just sitting here going like, I've never been able to even hit 200 pounds. But then I look at sometimes what people are eating and I'm like, it makes sense because everything's so hyper processed and like insanely like a calorie bomb. And when I think about all the things I've eaten, and like all the things I've eaten even when I'm gaining a ton of weight, it just doesn't compare. It just doesn't compare. So if you do this in one day, it's really not bad. And you know, I can see that this person's got a little salad, they got a banana, you know, but like, I'm sitting here going like, it's so much hyper processed food, and it's so much like sugar and unhealthy food. And it's like, yeah, I get it. If this is what you eat like every day, you're probably gonna put on like a ton of weight consistently. If this is what you eat every day, you're probably going to be eventually gaining a significant sum of weight. I don't know how common it is, or people like not thinking about it, how common that is to like, you know, be doing this every day. But then I think about it and I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. That's how you get to be like 300, 400, 500 pounds. So this is how you like put on insane amounts of weight, is if you consistently do this. It's not to say you should never enjoy yourself or eat things that you like, or eat candy or eat sugar, or, you know, have like a day where you're eating garbage. But it's like, I feel like we need to find the balance here, you know? I'm not trying to be a jerk. I just feel like it's a little bit like off the rocker to be eating like this every day. And I'd say it's probably what a lot of people do every day. So, I don't know. But I just don't think it's super healthy. I don't like the eating on camera ASMR sounds. I'm not a fan. It's not my thing. I'm gonna skip this one, sorry. When you have big boobs, a belly, thick thighs, live solo, and have to put on strappy shoes yourself. You know what's so weird is I'm looking at this person, I'm like, they look so normal. What do you mean? Like, they're not overweight at all. I think it's just because I've been looking at the morbidly obese for so long that now normal weights just don't look right. And that also people that are like somewhat overweight don't really look that overweight to me anymore. It's like, it's conditioning. I've been conditioned. Look at that. Wow, we're like, I don't know, becoming more accepting already, huh?
I'm just gonna say something, and that's the last I'm gonna say about it. Okay, there are worse things you can be than fat. You could be hungry.
Very true. I also can level with that. But I would also say you can be not hungry and also not fat by eating a proper diet. And also though, I think that a lot of like people who are like really, really overweight do have a lot of constant hunger if they've got like insulin resistance and like are just like throwing their blood sugar around and all that kind of stuff. I feel like you would be if you're like consistently overeating. You're eating for a reason outside of like emotional eating and stuff like that. Some people just deal with like constant extreme hunger and like bypassing things like Prader-Willi syndrome. Bypassing that, I would still say like you'd have like insulin resistance and stuff for some of these people, and maybe they are just constantly hungry, or they just don't know what feeling full feels like anymore because they're just constantly eating and stuff. I don't know, but you know, I feel like it's like a duo. Like you can be fat and hungry a lot of the time, but you can also be skinny and not hungry by just eating a proper diet again. So I don't know.
This is gonna hurt some feelings, but you can't tell me that eating exclusively sardines and eggs is healthier than a piece of bread.
I mean, technically you're not wrong, depending on the bread. And depending on how much of the bread that you eat and depending on what you put on the bread, it could definitely be healthier than sardines and eggs. But at the same time, maybe not. The pros and cons could be that the eggs would have cholesterol, sulfur-containing amino acids. Sardines could have heavy metals. But at the same time, they might be more hunger-suppressing than that piece of bread. Healthy omega-3 fatty acids in the fish. Blah, 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 blah. You get what I mean. And then also with the bread, you could also have potential heavy metal contamination depending on like what kinds of bread you're getting, where the bread comes from, if it's a whole grain or a non-whole grain bread, because technically like whole grain breads, although healthier, will have a higher level of potential heavy metals in them, I think, because the hull and like the germ and all that, like that they take out when they're processing it into white flour, is actually what contains a lot of those like bioaccumulative agents. It could be sprayed with like pesticides and stuff pre-processing as well, but also you have the same kinds of situations with like, you know, again, like antibiotics or something with the chickens that are making the eggs for you and stuff. I'm going off, but I'm sorry. There's just a lot to this. I'm actually trying to think which one would be healthier, because it just depends on what you're measuring on the metric of health. You can make either one of them healthier or unhealthier based on what you're measuring them in regards to their healthiness, and then also what you're putting with them to make up your total diet. That's basically what I'm saying.
Oh my god, stop. What are you doing? Eating a taco from Taco Bell? You really shouldn't be eating that.
I have to ask this. How many people stop somebody or bother one of their friends and say you shouldn't be eating that right now? Because I don't think it's really that common. I really don't think it's common for people to be trying to stop you from eating food, no matter what the food is. I've never seen anybody ever do this.
Shouldn't fuel my body because why? It's just not good for your health. Okay, so what? You see all these other thin people eating the exact same thing I am, yet you're targeting me? Well, yeah, because they're thin. They don't need to be told anything. Oh, so I see. You're just fat phobic, and anytime a fat person is happy living, you don't want them to be. You have to do something about it. You just have.
Again, I'm sorry that I'm interrupting, but I feel like nobody does this. Unless you're eating, like, on camera, online, and you're, like, posting videos where you're eating online, and then it's different because you're exposing yourself to an audience of individuals who can judge you for basically anything, including your food choices. And then on top of that, I have to point this other thing out. Both thin and fat people should not be eating a ton of fast food and Taco Bell and stuff like that, but if somebody actually is severely overweight, they should learn, maybe, to reconsider and moderate their intake of things like that. I'm not saying they should never have it. I'm just saying on the basis of consistent consumption. Because if somebody's significantly lower in weight, they might be eating less of it in general. But outside of that, do what you want. Nobody cares. I just feel like this is actually a false issue. I just don't think it happens. I do believe you should be able to do whatever you want and destroy your body if that's the thing you want to do under this hypothetical situation. I just don't think very many people actually like do this outside of online. I don't think very many people just stop you and go, oh my god, how could you be eating Taco Bell? Unless they're actually like severely overweight or on TV or have loved ones surrounding them maybe. But at the end of the day, I don't even think it's that common. I really don't. Most of the time, people just do what they want and nobody cares.
Have to, right? Yeah, well, guess what? I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna eat my taco.
Y'all gotta come up with another insult besides fat. I'm not gonna lie. It don't hit like it did in middle school. You fat. Yeah, so is your mama, bitch, but only one of us is ugly, and it's not me.
I have to say this. I do agree. Being called fat sucks. I used to be called fat a lot when I was a kid. It does suck. It really does suck. Like, it does make you feel like absolute, like, trash. So I have my sympathies for, like, when you're a kid and you're dealing with that kind of stuff. But as an adult, it's like, you gotta just get over it. People are gonna call you all kinds of things throughout your life. I don't know. My personal opinion is bullying does exist. But once you leave school, like, out of, like, high school and stuff, and you're an adult, bullying just becomes like judgment, and you can just tell people to fuck off. And that's my personal opinion. Like, I don't promote bullying. I don't really believe in it. I don't think it's good to just beat down on people. I think we all should try and, like, you know, gain strength and success in life. And we're all coming from different places and spaces and whatever, and it is what it is. You all know what I'm saying. I'm not here to condone bullying, especially on the basis of terms of service. But I am saying that I think that a lot of people deem things that aren't bullying now. And also, if somebody is even trying to bully you and you're an adult, you can just tell them to fuck off. So I don't really get it, man. I don't really get it. But, you know, hopefully people aren't calling you fat. But it's weird because also people in the fat acceptance movement are trying to, like, take that back and take back the word fat. So what's the context with that? I don't know. Anyways, don't bully people. It's bad. But also, we're adults. So, meh. If somebody calls me fat or ugly or whatever, like anything they want, I literally can just not interact with them. It's that simple. Even if it's like online, I can literally not interact with them. In real life, I cannot interact with them. You know, like, I just don't get it, man. I don't get it.
But only one of us is ugly, and it's not me.
Can I be your TikTok crush? You can crush something else if you want, but honestly, I don't get crushes on the internet. I have a serious question, actually. Do any of you guys actually get crushes on, like, influencers, TikTokers, people on the internet, celebrities even? I don't really look at people on the internet and go like, oh, that's hot. Like, I don't care what it is, the perfect peach on Instagram or, like, the perfect model or something. But that's just my opinion. I don't know. But then also, oh my god, you know what? Celebrity crushes. Let's talk about celebrity crushes for 1 second. Donnie Darko. Donnie Darko is fucking, like, for some reason, that is hot as fuck. I don't know why. Maybe it's his fucking weird demented stare. But he was probably, like, one of my first celebrity, like, movie crushes. It's funny as hell. When you're a big girl that's confident and not desperate for attention. I have to ask this again. Why are you posting a TikTok dancing about how confident you are? Can't you just be confident without proclaiming confidence and dancing around on camera? I just don't get it. That's the one thing that I don't get. It's like, again, why do you present your confidence but you still are acting as if you are not confident by having to say that you're confident? I feel like it's so ironic, you know? Like, maybe I'm just misinterpreting this, but every time I see somebody who's saying they're confident, like, and, like, posting TikToks and stuff, I think the exact opposite. I think that they're posting it because they're not confident. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion, though. Everything in this video is my opinion. I literally have no certifications whatsoever, but it's the internet, so nobody has a certification, you know? I don't know.
I still have to get my belly in. Oh, shorts that kind of fit. They're super tight. Hold on. Look how shiny.
Why do I feel this is fetish content? I'm not trying to be weird. I'm sorry if it isn't. I'm really sorry if it isn't. But I feel like it's fetish content. I feel like this one clip is, like, fetishy. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. But there's something about it. There's something about it that's getting me in the cognitive G-spot like that, and I just don't understand why. Tell me what you think about that in the comments below, or if I'm just crazy, because I will take the L on this one if that is the case.
Every time I tell somebody how much I weigh, they always say, you carry it well. Bitch, my knees hurt. No, the fuck I don't.
Knee pain honestly sucks, and I bet it is terrible with all the pressure on your joints when you're overweight. You know, I've kind of screwed up my knees over the years. I was really in intensive kickboxing. When I was underweight, I kind of screwed them up. Then when I got into intensive kickboxing, it was like, again, they're just like cracky, they're creaky. Even when I bend my knees now and I get all the way into a bent knee position, they crack. One of them doesn't really work that right for squats these days. Like, I've got pretty bad knees, and I used to pound the pavement really hard and not, like, be very consistent properly with my, like, running training when I used to do that. And, you know, just over the years, they have just gone downhill. So now I really try to eat a healthy diet and, like, take care of my joints and stuff like that. And I usually do cardio on my bike because it is a little bit less painful. But I have so much sympathy for these people on the basis of, like, really bad knee pain and back pain and stuff like that. I hope they can make the change for the better, though, because it won't go away or it won't, you know, lessen or improve unless they do make positive change towards getting back to a healthier weight. So that was the video, my people. Tell me what you think in the comments below, and do you agree about this lady, or am I just crazy? Anyways, that was it, so tell me what you think, and yeah, that was the end of this. So goodbye. It has been lovely. Slater.